Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
My good friend, the Minority Chief Whip, is giving the impression that the current finance minister is not paying, and he said it in tweet. Mr. Speaker, the fact is that this finance minister, within the past few months, has paid more than any finance minister within 1 year. Mr. Speaker, today, Mr. Speaker, he is up to date with common fund to the extent that Adaklu Assembly has got money sitting in our accounts to pay for services they are procuring. Mr. Speaker, NHIS is fully up to date. Get Fund is fully up to date. Mr. Speaker, the truth is that sanitation is a very important issue. But Mr. Speaker, let me give you an example. When I became an MP in 2013, a service provider was taking money at source from the Adaklu District Assembly Common Fund for providing certain services. I wrote to that service provider and said that you've taken money belonging to Adaklu Assembly and you did not provide the services. That service provider agreed, and today, Mr. Speaker, if you go to Adaklu and you see a water tanker there, it's a compensation for taking money from Adaklu Assembly and not providing the service. All we are saying is that, yes, sanitation, and I agree with my colleague Jerry, when he says that, why do we actually not tackle the issue at source? I drink sachet water and then open my vehicle window and then throw it onto the street because there's somebody who is supposed to clean it and then how do you call it, and be paid for it. What about us saying that we should be a cleaner country? Doesn't mean that we should pay for the cleaning. Rather, we should say that we will be more cleaner in our attitude towards the environment, that we don't litter things around. But it's always about pay sanitation workers. What about actually stop littering so that we can reduce that? So, Mr. Speaker, I agree. But all those who are providing services in sanitation across the country must also be accountable. There's no free money in this country. That every time people actually are insisting that it is their right to take public money and pretend that they are cleaning places. Mr. Speaker, as of the time, one of them was supposed to be cleaning Adaklu. My district capital didn't even have 1 inch of tarred road or anything. When you go to the district capital, there's no litter. Yet, they were still cleaning when there was no litter to clean. When there was, in fact, the place was clean, they were still doing so much fumigation. When we never saw anybody doing any fumigation anywhere. Mr. Speaker, reset means that it's an accountable time. There's no free money for certain service providers to be taken for doing nothing. If Adaklu Assembly want to engage anybody to do cleaning there, let them engage them at the district assembly level. There's no central source of cash for anybody to take. Mr. Speaker, I thank the maker of the statement, but I'm a bit worried that the statement did not focus enough. The report did not focus enough on cleaning our services. And Mr. Speaker, let me conclude by saying that ATO is actually paying and has paid within the last 11 months more than any finance minister in the history of our country. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this short.
Yes, Honorable
Speaker,
Honorable Deputy Whip.
Speaker, let me try and conclude. The road minister mentioned other payments that are ongoing. I'm not disputing that. Unfortunately, that is not a subject matter for discussion. The Common Fund, the NHI, we are aware payments, some good payments have been done. That's not in dispute. What is in dispute is the service providers whose services have been rendered and the monies have not been paid. That is the crux of the matter. So I want to pray you, because I'm sure this matter has come to your notification. This discussion cannot be left hanging. And this is the people's representative. We should, because some directives should be sent to the minister and these service providers. Chairman, I'm surprised you didn't speak to these payments that are hanging. Service providers payment that are hanging close to a year. we should engage and make sure that if all of the outstanding payment cannot even be dealt with, some good advances should be made to them. And I think that will go a long way to up their hand in the delivery of their service. So we can't leave this matter to hang. But let me conclude by thanking the committee for bringing this matter to the House floor. And we must proceed to see to its logical conclusion. It cannot be an adoption of the report and...
Speaker, with that special leave granted, I was trying to draw my respected colleagues' attention to an important matter, that the issue of the tenure of the board is a matter that has received judicial pronouncement in the Donko case.
Minority Leader, the issue that you are raising is not torn. So why are you trying to patch it?
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, with respect,
it is not broken.
Mr. Speaker, with respect,
yes.
If you would want to follow the government of this submission, you would realize that the point really is that the argument by the respected finance minister to the effect that when there's a change of government, there is this kind of lacuna in terms of the next board, etc. It is a function of the new government to prioritize its activities, including certain appointments. For instance, Mr. Speaker, it has taken almost 11 months for the road fund board to be reconstituted. That is a matter of priority. Mr. Speaker, in the Donko versus the Republic, Mr. Speaker, the Supreme Court was very clear that the appointment is coterminous with the tenure of the appointor. Therefore, my own view is that even if this proposed amendment receives the blessing of this House, it will be rendered odious by that
you see, Honorable Minority Leader,
so,
you see, you are not getting the indication from me.
Mr. Speaker,
sometimes you get me to speak too much. The committee has taken a position. Which position is coterminous with what you are saying? So that is why I'm telling you that if the thing is not torn, why are you trying to patch it?
Mr. Speaker, I understand you.
Don't fix it when it is not broken.
Mr. Speaker, I understand you. But the minister has spoken for Hansen. So I needed to draw his attention. I know. I've followed the proceedings at the committee. And I know the committee's report on this particular matter. But he was here again trying to justify. So I only wanted to draw his attention to that matter. That is all.
Honorable Minister for Roads and Highways.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with the Minority Leader. Just for the Hansard, nobody has set up road fund board nobody has set up road fund board. So I don't know which board you are talking about. There's nothing like road fund board which was set up after 11 months. Let that be the record. So it doesn't exist. The board you are saying have been set up does not exist.
Honorable members, please let us all take it that what we are considering is not the road fund board. We are considering Bank of Ghana amendment bill. So let us all stick to the Bank of Ghana amendment bill. At the conclusion of the debate, the question is, as many as are in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted.
An act to amend the Bank of Ghana Act 2002 at 612 and provide for related matters.
Honourable members, the Bank of Ghana Amendment Bill is duly read for the second time. Yes, can we turn to other paper addendum, a commencement of public business presentation of papers?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. We'll turn to other paper addendum, item 1A, B, 1A and B.
Other paper addendum, item 1A. Minister for Roads and Highways.
Contract agreements between the government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Roads and Highways, and the contracting authority and Accra Kumasi Expressway Limited as the concessionaire.
Honourable members, the paper is duly presented and it is referred to the Committee on Roads and Transport. And I'll add the leadership of the Finance Committee for consideration and reports. Item numbered 1B. Chairman for Education Committee.
Report of the Committee on Education on the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi Bill 2025.
Honourable members, report duly presented, and it is for distribution to honourable members. Yes, Minority Leader.
Speaker, on item 1A, I just needed clarity. It reads, contract agreement between the government of the Republic of Ghana, represented by the Ministry of Roads and Highways, and the contracting authority and Accra Kumasi Expressway Limited as the concessionaire. Mr. Speaker, this paper is being laid. I want to know whether the concessionaire is government owned and when it was incorporated.
Honourable,
no, the minister is here,
honourable member, with all due respect, a presentation of papers, do we ask questions?
Mr. Speaker, I'm not asking questions. The rule requires that if requested, Mr. Speaker, we need some patience here. The rule is clear that an explanatory position on the minister, from the minister, can be made. As a member, I can ask of him. Mr. Speaker, our 97.3 is clear. For the avoidance of doubt, I may want to read that a short explanatory statement shall be made by the person presenting a paper where requested by the House or a member upon presentation.
Yes.
So if I'm asking for
Honourable Minority Leader, if that is what you are asking, I would have allowed the minister to give the short explanation. But in this case, you are asking questions.
No, Mr. Speaker.
That is why,
Mr. Speaker,
that is why I indicated that at presentation of papers, do you ask questions?
Mr. Speaker, don't let us have a back and forth. Let me put it in proper context.
Yes, please do.
Very well. That's okay. That's okay. Mr. Speaker, I rise on order 97.3 to request the minister to provide a short explanatory statement in respect of the paper. Mr. Speaker, I say so because some introductions are being made. One,
Honourable Minority Leader, the rules are clear. So once you have stated your position, let me offer the opportunity to the minister.
Mr. Speaker, I need to state clearly what I want.
Honourable Minority Leader, it doesn't lie in your mouth to indicate this is what you want or this is what I do not want. The rules state that you have the right to ask the minister to give an explanation to the paper being introduced in the House. So therefore, I'll ask the minister in 2 minutes, give your short explanation.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, indeed, this is a concession contract between the government of Ghana and a concessionaire. Details of the incorporation and everything will be available to the committee during consideration, and the report will duly be presented to the House. So I agree with him. The details of the concessionaire and everything will be out. It's 100% owned by government of Ghana.
Thank you very much, yes. Honorable Minister. The referral still stands to the Committee on Rules and Transport, and I'm urging leadership of the Finance Committee to join them and consider the contracts agreement and accordingly report to the House. Yes. Honorable Richard Achampong.
Mr. Speaker, we'll take item 2 on order paper addendum.
Yes. Minister for Finance. Motion number 2 on order paper addendum.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I beg to move that motion advertised as item 2 on today's order paper addendum, page 1, be taken now. I so move.
Motion move. Any seconder?
The Speaker, I second the motion.
Motion move and seconded. It is for the consideration of the House. Honourable members, this is a procedural motion. The question is, as many as are in favor of the motion say aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Now, the Bank of Ghana Amendment Bill 2025 at consideration stage. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, don't let the continuous rising from the minority front bench irritate you. It's part of democracy. Mr. Speaker, I want clarity. I'm a student of the rules and I'm still learning. By this motion 2 being taken, does that suggest that the intent is to take the bill through consideration stage today and consider everything under certificate of urgency? Is that it? I want to know from the majority front bench. I want to know. Because it is now the norm. It is now the norm from the new majority that every bill, certificate of urgency, if it is so, I want Hansa to record that this all-important bill that has just been introduced, today, everything must be taken. Is that a new norm, certificate of urgency, Mr. Speaker? This is a new norm. Every bill that is brought, before you realize, certificate of urgency. Then we sit in this house, all so far, we sit in this house and civil society organizations will raise issues. When civil society organizations raise issues, then you are quick to come to this house. When parliamentarians are raising matters because of their partisan interests, you don't listen. Mr. Speaker, I would want to say that it would be wrong, Mr. Speaker, to take this bill through certificate of urgency same day. Let's tread cautiously. It happened in the lithium agreement. Honorable Agbodza raised it here. Our colleagues opposite defended it when Imani and other civil society organizations came in and added their voice. You now came to this house humbly withdrawing and now calling for stakeholder consultation. When Parliament, as a people's chamber, can deal with this, if everything we raise, you take it as a partisan matter and you will not listen to us, Mr. Speaker, our democracy will suffer. It shouldn't take civil society to cause you to wake up. We are here to do the needful. You can't take this bill through certificate of urgency. You can't use the rules to say you are taking everything today. What is the urgency? When MPs do not get the opportunity to scrutinize, go ahead. Your masters, the CSOs, will be at your throat.
Honourable members, The rules are clear as to when a procedural motion is supposed to be moved. Bank of Ghana Amendment Bill 2025 at consideration stage. Yes, once the maze has been tilted, please let's proceed. Clause 1.
Section 3 of Act 612
yes,
amended.
Hold on. The minority chief whip.
Speaker, I drew your attention earlier in context 160, order 160167. No, 160, Speaker, with your leave. That Speaker, if you may bear with me, 160. Hmm. 1602. The Speaker shall refer a bill to appropriate committee for determination of the agency or otherwise of the presentation as first reading. And then if you proceed further, 167 basically talks about second reading. As I am saying, the practice of this House has been that the two are determined independently. We don't fuse the two together. The earlier report that was submitted by the chair, we had 160 incorporated at 167, where we were basically doing second reading of the bill. And I tried to draw your attention that that is an anomaly. It's not done like that. The determination of the agency of the bill should have been done independently of the second reading. We fuse the two together. It's not done. No, example, no. Nobody is against the bill. We want to
Honorable Minority Chief Whip, can you read Standing Order 1691? Order 1691. Yes.
1691. When a bill has been read a second time, the bill shall pass through a consideration stage in the House, which shall ordinarily not be taken until at least 2 sitting days have elapsed.
So, under what circumstances do we move a procedural motion?
Speaker, with respect, I'm basically drawing our attention to the fact that our practice in this House has been that any time we are engaging in a determination under 160, that is agency of the bill, the report is generated differently from 167, which is second reading. That is basically what I'm saying.
You see, at second reading, the report of the committee is taken together with the motion. That is why Order 167 is telling us that the basis of the debate is the explanatory memorandum and the reports of the committee, which we did at second reading. Now, being masters of our own rule under normal circumstances, 24 hours would have elapsed before we can move to the consideration stage. And fortified by Standing Order 169, a procedural motion was moved and was carried by the House. Then from there, we moved to the consideration stage. So where a procedural motion is moved, I don't know why we are still talking about agency or otherwise.
Speaker, I'll defer to you on these matters of interpretation. But maybe at another time, I will engage you for us to talk more details into this matter. I have my own views, but
I am open to a debate. So you realize that I ask that the bill is at a consideration stage after the procedural motion is moved. Yes, clause 1.
Section 3 of Act 612 amended.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. No proposed amendment.
It is for the consideration of the House. Yes, Honorable Kwajo Nkrumah.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there's a proposed amendment to delete clause 1 of the bill as it stands now.
Yes, honorable members, the proposal is to delete clause 1 of the bill coming from Honorable Kwajo Nkrumah. Yes.
If I just may provide the reasoning for colleagues to understand the reasoning. Mr. Speaker, technically, Section 3, the old Section 3 of Act 612 has already been amended. It has been amended by Act 918. And if you look at 918, if you permit me to read 918, 918 amends the subclause 2 to say that without limiting subsection 1, the bank shall A, support the general economic policy of the government, B, promote economic growth and development and effective and efficient operation of the bank and credit system, and C, contribute to the promotion and maintenance of financial stability in the country. Mr. Speaker, that's the exact same thing that this new amendment proposes. So it has already been amended by 918, and that's why we are suggesting that it be deleted, because that amendment has been made already by 918. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chairman of the committee. Let me hear Minister for Education first.
Mr. Speaker, just to hear from the Honorable Kwajo Nkrumah, you are relying on the amendment in 918. Are you suggesting to the chairman that because 918 already captures the objects of the Central Bank of Ghana, which includes, without limiting it to B and C, he stands down the proposed amendment of Section 3 of Act 612 amended? Mr. Speaker, what he's suggesting is, per your own guidance, when we're looking at the Get Fund Act, you gave a similar clue as to maintaining what is in the original legislation. So maybe, Mr. Speaker, when you hear from the chairman of the committee, we'll be able to guide. So, but what you are arguing, you should have been here earlier to guide the minority leader, because he came quoting the same thing as if the Honorable Minister for Finance and the chairman committee was doing something different. Yet, same amendment was done. That's why the Minister for Finance stated categorical and emphatically that what he's doing is probably what happened here before. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I think at the committee level, we agreed on this matter. The Act 612 was amended to Act 918. And that particular clause was earmarked to be changed. But later, we saw that we have to bring it back to the earlier, proposition of Act 612. So I don't know where the amendment is coming from. Thank you.
So, Mr. Speaker, the original Act 612 had two subclauses under Clause 3. The first was the omnibus provision, if I just may read the original provision.
You see, honorable members, to get a better understanding of this particular bill, you need to take the original act, Bank of Ghana Act 2002, Act 612. And you must again put the Bank of Ghana Amendment Act 2016, Act 918 together. Now, Bank of Ghana Amendment Act 2016, Act 918. In Section 2, amended Section 3 of Bank of Ghana Act, Act 612. And these were the amendments to the law. The principal enactment is amended in Section 3 by the substitution for subsection 2 of 2. Without limiting subsection 1, the bank shall A. Support the general economic policy of the government. B. Promote economic growth and development and effective and efficient operation of the banking and credit system. And C. Contribute to the promotion and maintenance of financial stability in the country. Honorable members, the amendment which is being proposed is the principal object of the bank is to maintain stability in the general level. Now, general level of prices. Then two, without prejudice to subsection 1, the bank shall A. Support the general economic policy of the government, which is the 2A here. And then the 2B is also the same. The 2C is also the same. What I am not seeing in the Act 918 is the primary object of the bank is to maintain stability.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.